What if one button could build you an entire publishing empire? Not a course, not another make money online trick, not another strategy that works for a week and disappears, but a system. A system that quietly builds assets in the background, books that sell, books that stay online, books that continue working long after you've closed your laptop. Imagine waking up in a small apartment in your early 20s. The desk is messy, coffee is cold, the room is quiet except for the sound of a laptop fan spinning. And on the screen is the dream, publishing books on Amazon. That was me. When I was 22, I didn't want another job. I didn't want to trade time for money forever. I wanted freedom, the kind of freedom where you can work from anywhere. The kind of freedom where your work keeps producing results even when you're not actively working. And publishing on Amazon looked like the perfect opportunity. Everywhere online, people were saying the same thing. Write nonfiction books, upload them to Amazon KDP, and build passive income. Then the AI boom arrived, and suddenly everyone said the same thing again. Just use AI to write books faster. It sounded like the perfect shortcut. Faster books, more opportunities. But there was one problem almost nobody was talking about. And that problem was Amazon's rules. Because while people online were racing to produce AI books as fast as possible, Amazon quietly changed the game. AI-generated books started getting flagged, rejected, or buried. Some authors watched their books disappear from search results. Others received policy warnings. And many didn't even understand why it was happening. The confusion came from one simple misunderstanding: the difference between AI-generated and AI-assisted books. On the surface, they sound similar, but inside Amazon's ecosystem, they're treated very differently. AI-generated content often looks the same, reads the same, and triggers detection systems. AI-assisted content, on the other hand, is human-level writing supported by AI tools. But here's where most people fall into the trap. They label their books as AI-assisted, while the writing still reads like obvious AI. And behind the scenes, Amazon runs its own detection systems that scan for patterns, structure, and signals that reveal how a book was written. When a book looks fully AI-generated, the system flags it. That's when authors start seeing rejections, warnings, or sudden problems with their publishing accounts. And suddenly the dream of building a publishing business feels fragile. One path forces you to pretend your content is something it's not. The other path makes you label your book in a way that instantly signals low quality. Either way, it feels like there's no winning move. I remember sitting in that apartment late at night staring at the screen thinking there had to be a better way. The solution wasn't ignoring Amazon's rules. The solution was understanding them and designing a system that actually works inside them. The real goal became clear. Create books that are genuinely AI-assisted. Books that sound human, books that pass detection systems naturally, books that stay compliant with platform policies so they can remain online for years instead of weeks. That realization changed everything. Because once you stop chasing shortcuts and start building systems, the entire publishing process becomes different. Instead of trying to trick algorithms, you work with them. Instead of producing disposable content, you build lasting assets. That's why Book Auto AI was created. Not as a course that teaches you theory, not as another complicated tool that requires dozens of steps, but as a system designed for consistency. A one-click publishing engine that generates full nonfiction books and then runs them through a humanization process designed to remove the fingerprints that trigger AI detection pattern. The goal isn't to hide AI. The goal is to produce writing that reads like it belongs in the AI-assisted category, the category Amazon allows and expects when authors use modern tools responsibly. With Book Auto AI, the workflow becomes simple. You start with an idea, you click Generate, and the system builds a full nonfiction structure, chapters, sections, and content. Then the humanization engine analyzes the text and restructures it so the writing flows naturally. It becomes a repeatable system. In my early 20s, I started using that system the same way someone plants seeds in a garden. One book, then another, then another. Over time, something interesting started to happen. The collection of books slowly turned into a library. A library turned into a network of assets. And assets behave differently from normal work. They continue operating even when you're not actively working. Imagine opening your laptop in a quiet cafe in Japan, checking the dashboard, and seeing activity from books you created months earlier. Imagine sitting on a wooden balcony in the rainforest, hearing birds in the distance, while your publishing library continues to operate in the background. Imagine watching the sunset near the pyramids while your phone quietly notifies you that readers are discovering your books. Not because you're constantly working, but because you built something that continues to exist. That's the difference between chasing fast income and building lasting assets. One disappears quickly, the other compounds quietly over time. Today, that small experiment from a tiny apartment grew into a growing library of nonfiction books working across the platform. Each book is a digital asset designed to remain compliant with Amazon's rules. Each one built through the same simple system. And the reason that system matters is because publishing isn't just about creating content. It's about creating content that survives the platform it lives on. Books that follow the rules last longer. Books that sound human perform better. Books built with a stable system create opportunities year after year instead of momentary spikes that disappear. That's the core philosophy behind Book Auto AI. AI speed combined with human quality. Because obvious AI content gets punished, but humanized AI-assisted writing gets published. And when you combine the speed of modern AI tools with a system designed to keep your books compliant, natural sounding, you finally have something powerful.